Good morning and welcome to another edition of Talk That Tech. The
Number one tech morning show in the world. Good morning.
Good morning.
My bad. I was reading the early comments, man.
Yeah.
Caught me off guard.
I'm about to put it up real quick, just because might as well start there. But yeah, good morning and welcome to another edition. We're so glad that you're rocking with us today on the show. We're happy to have you with us. First things first, like, comment, subscribe if you find anything along the way that you find to be good conversation. Hey, we want to earn it, so go ahead and do it when it's around that time. And also, we'll be dropping some tech event tickets as well, and also dropping the QR code for the show. So if you want to jump on and give us a call, go ahead and let us call in. You hit that QR code right there at the top, and we'll be all set to go. Um, let's go back to the comment section real quick because if y'all didn't see what he was talking about, this is from Tech Coach Ralph. Salute Tech Coach Ralph, man. Gotta give you a shout out because you are the first comment for today. He says, "What's good, y'all? Missing the show today. Traveling for work. We'll be in the air to DFW during the
Hey,
show for my layover. Have a great show. I'm live comment when watching on playback. Now, I
yo,
appreciate
yo.
that. Appreciate that for
Appreciate you,
sure."
sir. Appreciate that.
Trey was like, "Wait a second, you coming to my spot and not let me
Well,
know?"
so that's what I was trying to see. I was like, oh, he gonna be in the area? We need to link up. I
Yeah,
I can't I can't run into DFW airport for 10 minutes. But next time, you know what I'm saying?
yeah. Man, next time though, I think that's let me fix my mic real quickly. But yeah, I think that's funny because as soon as you were reading it, like, wait, you're like, wait a second, yeah,
Yeah, I thought I was gonna be able to catch up with him, but it's yeah, I mean, it would have been a good day too, because it's been raining like crazy and
oh
crazy thunderstorms, but today it should be good. So anyway, that's how
yeah,
it is sometimes.
it's been raining like it rained twice this weekend. We'll dive definitely more into that later, but
Hmm.
uh, we will hit up this conversation. We have a lot of things to talk about today, so we got the update for you that we didn't forget. We got an update for you when it comes to the SpaceX IPO. We have something to talk about when it comes to Congress, so we'll get into that, and then we'll definitely dive into the weekend. So, without further ado, let's talk about it, man. Congress 269-page federal AI bill. What does it mean and why are workers furious about it?
Yeah, like you mentioned, man, Congress, they just released a 269 page AI bill. So before it gets before it's even like officially introduced, workers, unions, and tech companies, they're already fighting over it. Like it's like, okay, why though? And it's because the bill could actually determine who controls AI regulation in America. So here's what happened, y'all. On June 4th, okay, a few days ago, lawmakers, they released a bipartisan AI framework. Okay. So the proposal is currently in discussion draft, and Congress is asking for public's their feedback before they formally introduce it. Now, this bill is going to actually create a national framework for AI regulation, right? So they're starting there, and then it's going to roll out nationally if everything goes to plan. Now, this isn't a law yet, but it could become one of the most important AI policies that we've seen to date. Now, the biggest provision here, okay, the bill would actually freeze the state level AI laws for 3 years. Okay. Now, during that period, the federal government would be able to create these national standards, and the states, they would end up having limited ability to create their own AI rules. So all that means is instead of 50 different rule books for AI, Congress wants one black book, right? One rule book. Okay. So what else is inside of this? It's a semi-annual third-party safety audits for all the most powerful AI labs, $100 million per year for center uh, for a center for AI standards innovation, and then new penalties for AI generated impersonation of government officials. Okay, so they're trying to protect themselves. Like, hey, now about to be having us, talking to pigs and all this kind of stuff. Nah, we nuh-uh. No black. What was that? What was that show? No
Black Mirror.
No Black Mirror action going on here. Okay. And then additional reporting and safety requirements for advanced AI systems. Now, why are the workers upset? Remember, we told y'all workers are upset. So if you went through this 269 page proposition, states have already proposed more than 1,500 AI related bills this year. They've been throwing them out there. Hey, they can't do this. We need to fix this. Anyway, many are focusing on hiring bias, algorithmic discrimination, consumer protection, and deep fakes and fraud. So critics are argue that those protections could be delayed while Congress builds a federal framework. And so their concerns are that, real harms are actually happening right now as we speak, and workers don't want to wait 3 years for solutions. Okay. So the tech industry actually, they like it. So the workers tripping on it, the tech industry like it. One federal standard is easier than 50 different state laws. So that makes sense, right? Like, I don't have to worry about what's happening in California versus Florida. Like, no, it's just these are the rules. All right, let's work within them. Let's work outside of them legally. Nothing else there. Now, compliance costs, they're going to fall dramatically, right? AI companies can scale products nationwide more easily because they don't have to worry about all the different laws. Investors generally prefer regulatory certainty as well. So from the industry perspective, fragmented regulation is going to slow innovation, and unified regulation speeds it up. Now, here's the side that most people probably don't see, though. Everybody is arguing about the regulation versus innovation, and that's not necessarily the whole real debate. The real debate is who's going to write the rules, right? This is what they're thinking about, because regardless of whether you're pro-regulation or anti-regulation, somebody is going to regulate AI. It's just a matter of who. Is it going to be Washington, right? Or 50 different state governments. So I don't know. I mean, I could go down another one as well, but what it means for tech workers, if you're in the tech industry, if your company uses AI in hiring, this matters to you. If AI helps make decisions about employees, this matters to you. If you're building AI products, you need to be, looking at this as well, or maybe throwing it inside of an LLM and seeing what does this mean for your company, et cetera. If you're in cybersecurity, compliance, legal, HR, or data governance, this does matter definitely for you as well. So I don't know. While we're looking at entering into this next phase of AI, the conversation is not necessarily just can AI do this? We know it can. Is really who gets to decide how AI is allowed to actually do it. So bottom line, Joseph, here as we wrap it up, the biggest battle AI is happening right now in 2026. We thought it was OpenAI and Anthropic, Google, or Meta, right, over these last few weeks. And it may happen to be, Washington and these different 50 states. So whichever side wins is going to end up shaping how AI develops for probably the next decade, right? I mean, this is 3 years. So they're going to battle it out. So question for the audience, should America have one national AI rule book, or should each state be allowed to create their own AI protections? That's where we're at, bro.
Yeah, we definitely want to hear from you. And let us know what your thoughts are in the comment section. Peace and blessings to
What up?
OCTO says as well. So glad you're rocking with us. The links have been dropped if you want to call in, but also the QR code is here as well. So you can go ahead and use that QR code. Yeah, no, I'm very interested because obviously I work for. Oh, good, good. We appreciate that feedback. We need state rights. This is what
Mm.
Video Z3, and also just want to remind y'all. Shout you out at the end for commenting. So thank you so much for your comments. Yeah, no, that we need state rights. I'm kind of leaning on that as well.
Yeah,
Every
yeah,
state is different. Like if you even think about other rules that we have, most of them are governed by state.
yeah.
We can't having the way, for example, California might be like, oh, this is not a big deal for us because of X, Y, and Z. When it comes to economics, things of that nature, is not going to be the same for another part of the world, or so excuse me, United States. So that
Exactly.
having that on a state level, I think is very important. Now, I was kind of trying to, because again, this is a reactionary show. We react to the news with thoughts that we have. So it's like, man, they say that this quote unquote Great American AI Act, this act that is everything is big or whatever at this point. It can affect everybody, right? It can affect like AI developers like OpenAI, Anthropic. So, like for example, these companies, the framework requires for mitigating catastrophic risks, right? And they, we're playing with people's data and stuff like that. So, not playing, it's the wrong word, but we're utilizing that data. So, because of that cybersecurity or biosecurity issue, they're basically that can be affected as well. Now, there's too much. My first, I'm going to say what I say after I say this. Big tech and enterprise cloud providers, they can be affected by this as well. That's the Microsofts of the world, the hyperscalers like Google, AWS, right? NVIDIA, Meta, SpaceX. So the way I look at it, there's going to be a lot of pushback on this because you're talking about companies that, for a lack of a better term, they run the world right now.
Yeah.
Companies run the world. So they're not. I don't think they're gonna allow something to happen that's gonna allow them to be shut down for 3 years completely. There's definitely gonna be some either pushback. I know this is a draft, so they're like, hold up, hold your horses. But again, this is me reacting to the story. That's what we do. We react to the stories as they come in, and for me, obviously working with an AI company, I'm kind of like, huh. I'm interested to see what this whole 3-year freeze like. Well, I don't know what they're. There's a lot of money already invested in the AI. so
Yeah,
so
exactly.
so to freeze 3 years, like that's like 20 in AI years. Like there's so much that happened in 12 months already that to do that for a year, I don't know. This is
Crazy.
problematic. Yeah.
Bro, I'm
So
I'm with you, man. I think it should happen stateside, just like almost everything else, man. I mean, imagine me being in Texas if I had to pay state taxes, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. But also on the other side of that, just bringing it back, I'm with you as well, bro. Like we're in agreement today because there's no way that back in March of last year, all of us pledged over $1 trillion,
mm,
right, in U.S. infrastructure and data center investments and all of this stuff. All of these tech companies, and you about to hold us up, our AI side, which is about to bring in all the Scrooge McDuck money, and
mhm.
you about to hold this up. Mm, we gotta have a talk. we
Yeah.
we need to we need to have another one of those dinners, I guess. 'Cause
Family
something ain't,
reunion.
yeah, wait a minute, something ain't right. But yeah, I don't know. I'm with you. I don't see that happening, man. They they're gonna switch it around. They're gonna change it up.
Yeah, yeah, there's too much at stake. However, uh, this is very interesting because there's a lot of things at play here. I don't think it's any. Maybe they did reconcile, but I don't think it is not public knowledge that Elon and Trump, their bromance has simmered off a little bit. So
Hmm,
maybe this could
hmm.
be a possible thing where Trump's like, I don't care, I have a vendetta here, so we can shut all you guys down for a little bit. I mean, again, I'm just speculating, I'm reacting
Yeah,
to this, but there's all sometimes when emotions are in play, if they are in this case, that, it could weigh one way, but I think there's too much money in it. There's way too much money already. So I think that it's something that, I haven't heard anything, but if I do hear anything at the job where I come in and like, hey guys, this thing is affecting us. I'll let you guys know. I'll let you
Yeah.
guys know for sure. But yeah, I think it's a reactionary thing too, y'all. So like for example, like this is something because AI moves very quickly. They're trying to catch up, and this is their opportunity. This is their where they want to try to catch up in. Is like saying, hey, slow down. We need to catch up and figure out what you guys are doing. We just kind of figured out what WWW stand for. So let's let's try to catch up on this. We just figured out that Chrome is a better browser. So
Huh.
like for example, like that's how far behind the federal government is. If you want to put it in context, we talked about that before.
Which is
Uh,
crazy.
yeah, which is crazy. So for them, it's like this is scary. And don't get me wrong, right? We know the potential of AI can, and even with the robotics and machine learning, all that is quite advanced for a lot of people, including myself, where things are just moving so quick. They got to keep up with it, otherwise you'll be left behind. But
Yeah.
to stall everything for 3 years, they need they need somebody who can explain it to them. AI for dummies, and keep it moving right now because 3 years is a heck of a long time.
They'll stall it for 3 years and still be 10 behind.
Yeah, still be like exactly so done behind. And then also, if you think about it, I mean, yes, there's other countries that have regulations. Like we know about China, they're actually restricting people that are working within the AI space right now. The key like thinkers in this space and movers, they're actually saying, hey, don't travel to, don't travel, right? That even though there's some restrictions in other places, I don't. This will definitely put us behind a leg, and a two if we decide to do
Like,
that. But yeah, yeah. But state
'cause I
state
mean,
level, yeah. Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say because especially when you talk about like China, sometimes, bro, they be having the sauce. Not gonna lie, like there's
Yeah.
this phone that I just saw, the Oppo something. I don't
Hmm.
know, but man, they get some next level stuff out there that's legit over there. So I mean, yeah, we'll end up falling behind on a lot of this stuff if we can't continue to be able to innovate in a way that is easier than harder. Like
Yep.
obviously, well, I am a proponent of, yes, when you know the rules, then you understand how to operate, you know, within them, outside them, right there. You know how to break them legally and all of that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Um, it's not tax evasion, it's tax avoidance, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But 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 sometimes when it's like when it's so restrictive, then it's really hard to be innovative and it's really hard to do the things that come to your mind and all that kind of stuff because it's, oh, can't do that here, so it's not worth it, or all of that. Like you got to think about all of that when you're building that stuff out. So hopefully it's not too crazy. I ain't read 269 pages.
Yeah.
uh
No.
but
A lot.
yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah, and it's funny because I'm struggling with my allergies, y'all. I don't know if you guys have been dealing with it this season. The pollen is high, um, and I've been struggling with it. But I can imagine some people are feeling like, "Hey, I'm allergic to this AI bill situation." Because right now the question I want to drop in the chat here: should the government regulate AI, or will regulation just slow us down and hand the lead to China? That's the question I want to throw out there as well, because as you know, this is an arms race right now, or AI race across the board for various different companies, and I think this will definitely affect us in a negative way when it comes to who will have the keys to the AI kingdom. So, y'all, let us know your thoughts in the comment section. We definitely want to hear from y'all as well. You can call into the show as a link has been dropped, or you can use the QR code at the top left. Just take a screenshot, click the button, and you click the link, and you should be able to join us if you're on your mobile device as well. So yeah, you call into the show. Let us know your thoughts because we definitely want to hear from you about this. But appreciate you so far. Peace and blessings as well. OTTO, thank you again. And video, thank you Z3N. Thank you so much Yeah, I think state rights is the way to go. State rights is definitely the way to go for sure. It's definitely the way to go. All right, y'all. So we're gonna probably again, we're gonna probably we probably hit up this conversation along the way, but for time's sake, we're gonna go on to the Tech Wire. So the Tech Wire, if you're not familiar, is basically where we talk about various different upcoming tech events that are occurring. And in your space, my space, we'll find out. Just take a chance to take a look at that. Also, there's a community that basically they provide. If you join the community, they provide tickets to events, whether they cover the tickets actually, whether it is South by Southwest that passed, or if they're looking into other things as well, like Afrotech or other events that are happening throughout the year. You can check that out after the event. I'll drop a link to that in the chat as well here for you guys, so you guys can check that out for yourselves after the event. After this right here. But real quickly, when it comes to some events that we have lined up, there are a few in the month of the summer, really. We're talking about June. There's a few other events there. Atlanta Tech Week that's happening right now as well this week. So if you're in the Atlanta area, you want to definitely check it out. Then we have a city Juneteenth. They have a tech forum on the 18th, so 10 days away from now. Later, Tech Expo in Dallas is occurring. We also have STEM Noir and a few other events there in June. July has Chicago Tech Week in July. There's Black Tech Week there as well in Cincinnati, Ohio. So whatever the case may be, just check it out for yourself. It's about your neck of the woods. You can go ahead and check it out. If you want to join the community, I dropped that link as well, so you can check it out for yourself. You can join the community and be able to get ticket events right there in the spot. They also give opportunity to look to become a speaker by signing up for different speaker events if you are looking to become a speaker as well. But that is the Tech Wire. Again, the Tech Wire is brought to you by SecureTheBadge.com, a place where you can see all upcoming tech events as well. So yeah, that is it in regards to the Tech Wire. But man, let's go back to the weekend. How was your weekend, Trey? Everything was going good?
Yeah, everything was copacetic, man. Except for the rain. I didn't really. I did. I mean, I guess so. But Saturday, it was raining like crazy through part of the day. The part that wasn't, I ended up letting my daughter have a play date with her cousin, my nephew. We just went over to my parents' house. I was able to get some work done while they were, yelling and screaming all across the house and all that kind of stuff. And then Sunday went to church, and then right after church, there was a Netflix event, or please, I wish, a Nesquik event where they had a basketball game. It's called Creator Court. It's a 1v1 basketball tournament that they had. It was 4 games. And then they also had a podcast but it was in tandem with, oh man, what is the basketball? Snap. I can't think of the basketball company. It'll come to me. Not Big Three. It's the street. Like they always show up at all the different tournaments and games and stuff like that. But it'll come to me. Oh, okay. But either way, they had a event. It was here in Fort Worth, so they hit me up to come out, and it invited me to come out. So I went out there, had a great time, man. Saw some stuff, man, and I didn't realize, man, it's like that's a whole scene. The 1v1 basketball, like that's a whole scene. Like it was people there who, like, oh yeah, I follow all these guys. I know everything that's going on with them, and so yeah, it was just interesting to see like the crowd and how they got all crazy. Ball is life. It was Ball is life. So Ball is life and Nesquik event, but yeah, it was really, really good time. But outside of that, man, that was it for my weekend. How about yours?
Yeah, man. We're talking about the rain earlier. So that rain messed up. I'm supposed to get some landscaping work done this weekend, and the guys that were supposed to do it, they turned to Casper on me. They're like, and can't deal with that. But yeah, no, it was good. Saturday we went out with the kids to like this. They had this event near the house. They were playing like jazz music in the park and stuff like that, and really like American music, like got like soul, like back in the day, Motown stuff. So it was really cool. Kids got the chance to play, and we connected with a few people in the community, and that was fun. And but I'll tell you, man, on the undercurrent of the, I don't know if y'all suffer from it. Put in the chat if you do, but my allergies went through the roof, and I haven't really suffered with it too much. But I'm telling you, this year, there's times I was like, do I got the flu? Like, what's going on? And it's just like it's just bad, man. It's bad. I ain't even gonna lie to you. It's one of the worst I got. But I'll try to be a good sport. I'm trying to push through. And make sure that everybody has a good time. But it was a good weekend overall. Doing that was a lot of fun. And I want to get to the beach, man. I want to try to get to the beach one of these days. It's tough.
You and I both. My wife was just talking about that. But it's crazy because everybody around me suffers from allergies like that, bro. I don't know. It's like when I hear that, I'm just like, man, I feel bad because I know that it's tough on the like your sinuses and your nose and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. I went and played golf a few weeks ago with one of my cousins, man, and there was a cottonwood tree.
Oh,
I don't know, but either way, so when we got to that hole, it was like all this. It looked like cotton floating around in the air. I didn't know what it was. I was just going up, went to the tee box, hit my ball, and he was like,
man.
I was walking to the side so he could hear. He was like, man, that's a lot of cottonwood. It's crazy. Man, he said the next day he swole up like Hitch.
Oh wow.
Swole up like Hitch, and he knew it was from that tree.
Wow.
But yeah, man, I don't know. I feel for y'all, man.
You know what? And I never used to suffer with it before until a couple years later, and then I'm like, man, somebody else said they didn't suffer until they turned 38. So it's like, it's weird how it affects different people at different times. If you guys suffer with allergies, let me know in the chat what you use to get over it. Allegra worked for me earlier this allergy season. I might have to go back to them and get some more because the way it's coming through right now is kind of nuts right now. It's kind of nuts, man. It's kind of nuts. So yeah, listen, y'all. Let us know in the chat if you have any allergy medicine, anything like that you want to give to just recommend to your brother right here. I appreciate it. I'll take it. I'll take advice because this is not fun at all. But we'll keep things rolling. As the song said, keep rolling, old school, if you remember that. This want to talk about hit of this topic real quick, just to give you guys an update on it. But yeah, SpaceX, man, they are going big with the largest IPO in history, and it's coming down this week, June 12th. The ticker SPCX. All right. This is not any way, shape, or form financial advice. We'll just give you the details of this, right? Mm-hmm. So just so you know, according to Reuters, this is going to be the largest IPO in stock market history, eclipsing Saudi Aramco's, I think like they said, $25.6 billion raise in 2019. This is supposed to be a $75 billion raise. So it's even more than twice the amount, almost 3 times the amount. So that's pretty insane. That's pretty insane. Pricing is June 11th. Trading starts at June 12th. If you're interested in that, just to kind of give you also a little lay of the land. SpaceX merged with Elon's xAI in February of 2026. So you're not just buying just one or two. You're buying a few things. You're buying the rockets. Starlink is involved in that, and Grok AI. All that is included in that price there. So Starlink has about 9 million subscribers, generating 15 billion to 16 billion annual revenue by itself. That's the real money maker right there, according to our research. And dual class, retail gets Class A shares, but must keep full voting control, always, according to a research. And Musk is not selling a single share. All $75 billion goes directly to the company. So for those who are in trading, I'm going to act like I am. But they say that most the bull case is that basically most vertical integrated tech company alive right now because of rockets, satellites, and AI with Rock are under one roof. So because Starlink is that cash flowing machine now and not a future bet, SpaceX literally owns the highway to space. So there's nobody else that's doing it right now like that, according to them. And if Elon does what he says, this will be a lot of money. So, but in the bear case, right, you have a zero say in how the company is run, zero valuation bakes in 10 years of a perfect execution and government contracts and political risk with Elon and Trump having their sort of situation. It may not be an upside thing, but I mean, that's always going out there. But listen, y'all, we talked about it last week. Are you buying SpaceX on day one? And do you trust Elon enough to put your money on it? Or do you trust him enough to do that? Do you trust him enough to do that? Let us know in the comment section. But yeah, I'm gonna pause here and get your thoughts on this.
Yeah, bro. I went and did when I saw that we would be doing a quick hit on this, I just went and did a little research to see what the people were talking about on this. So basically, the SpaceX IPO, just so y'all know as well, normally, if you are an investor, you do have to have an eligible brokerage account, right? And you need to meet the minimum funding requirements in order to even, do it if you're interested in the IPO before the IPO is priced. Now, the requirements by the brokerages, just so y'all know, Fidelity, that's who I'm with, they ended up lowering their eligibility requirements from holding $500,000 in a Fidelity account to $2,000 just in time for this SpaceX IPO. So Fidelity is $2,000 account minimum. Robinhood, $0. Yep. SoFi, $0. E-Trade, $0. And Charles Schwab, still at $100,000 account minimum. Now, what I did want to share is that they have warned, these brokerages have warned against flipping or selling IPO shares shortly after the stock begins trading. So investors who sell their stock within 2 to 4 weeks of the offering could be restricted from future IPOs. So that's how they're trying to, ward off that. But I went to the people, right? I went to Reddit, looked around as well. And there was a great warning from someone that I wanted to bring out. And he basically said, or she, it says vast_cricket. It says, if you are not an expert, I suggest you watch how manipulative these IPOs can be. Insiders get them for almost nothing, doing shorts and calls to get suckers into play. As for me, I will wait for a few months until after its first earnings to hear what analysts say. So again, this is not investor advice. We just wanted to let it, put it out there. And I just wanted to let y'all know what the people were saying and also what those requirements were as well.
Yeah, and we want to follow up with you about the story. So that is some great insight right there, because I know some people are tempted to see all that. They're like, ooh, I want to get a piece of the pie. 1.75 billion evaluation. Go ahead.
No, and just to speak to that, where I got that from, that was what the guy or girl was asking. They said, please show me the other side of SpaceX IPO that isn't terrifying. I'm just anxious and not an expert in this stuff. So they want to do it, but they don't know all the things. And so that's why that advice was given. But yeah, I mean, there are a lot of people who are anxious and wanting to make sure they don't miss out. Is this going to blow up my retirement account? And either way, is it going to blow it up in the good way or the bad way? So
yeah. Well, one thing I can tell you, I don't know, have you ever used Starlink for yourself before, or
I actually haven't. I haven't had to use it yet, but I want to. Yeah. I want to try it. I know it's great. Is it great?
It came in clutch for us. We had to do an event someplace, and the internet that they had there was not reliable. For like a church event, and we had to get Starlink, and it allowed us to do what we needed to do. It was clutch because I think we probably bought it. Let's say the event was Sunday. We bought it maybe that Friday, or really that Saturday got installed, and we're up
Mm.
and running. It was really kind of one of those like mission critical. We need it because we can't do it all of a sudden situation, and it came clutch. So Starlink could definitely be a great use. I don't know the prices though, so don't quote me like if you have any question about that, I don't have the answer about the prices for Starlink and stuff like that. But it definitely is one of those things where like, yeah, I can see it having a real place, especially when they're remote locations that don't have all that wiring and stuff, and they need internet. That is a great, great asset to have. Now, are there's only satellite internet company around? No, but they definitely made a name for themselves. So,
Yeah.
so if that's a part of the IPO, I could see that being, and I see like as they said, 15 to 16 billion dollars. That's nothing to scoff at. That's a lot of companies that you and I know, audience here, that they don't make 15 to 16 billion dollars in revenue annually. So that is something to definitely admire. But yeah, it's amazing because that's only one of the companies there. Now we'll see what as that they said in a couple months. We'll see what the earnings call looks like. But that control area too, you have zero say in how the company is run. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because Eli's like, I'm not trying to reason with y'all, but at the same time, if that's an issue for you, then you might want to consider
Yeah. I mean, but at the same time,
it.
his track record versus y'all's. I don't know. I'm just saying,
Exactly.
when it comes to making money, like whether you agree with him or not on the other stuff, that is what it is. But when it
Mhm.
comes to making money, his track record versus y'all's, he don't want to hear
Start with
it.
PayPal.
He don't want to hear it.
He's like, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. I'm gonna take this over here. I'm the captain now,
He
right?
said, hey, this the real money team.
Yeah.
who is Mayweather? This the
TNT.
real money team right here.
Oh man. Listen, y'all. Let us know what your thoughts are on this. We wanted to give you a quick hit with this show, with this particular topic, excuse me, because we know that we were talking about this topic, and we said we'll follow up with you just to kind of learn a little bit more about what's going on here. But we do have another one that we wanted to kind of talk to you about as well, and it basically involves what's going on right now within the hiring. So as you know, a lot of people on this show, either we've kind of been through the process of getting into tech, or you're maybe still looking to get into it, or you're like, listen, I just like the show. I don't care about getting into tech anymore. Whatever the case may be, we wanted to kind of share a little bit about what's going on right now as we see in the market. But the question is, tech hiring right now. Yes, according to some research that we did, but not necessarily hiring for everyone. So here's what we kind of saw looking into it. A couple of quick things that we want to share, is basically that 67,000 jobs opened up in Q1. 67,000 jobs opened up in Q1. 143,000 tech workers were laid off though. In 2026 so far. So 85% of the year-to-year growth within the job posting space as well. So there's a lot of things that we want to discuss here. So first and foremost, we know that, as you mentioned, hiring is happening. I mean, I'm getting hit up all the time by recruiters, right? Software engineer job openings hit around 67,000 in Q1, so the highest since 2023. Right after that, right after really the pandemic kind of died down a little bit. IT and CS postings rose 14.2 year over year in April 2026, full sustained rebound since 2023. And AI skills now appear in 42% of all software job descriptions. No shocker there. That's just up from 88%. That's up from just 8% in 2022. So that's like a 6x jump, right?
Mm-hmm.
But here's not what a lot of people are talking about right now. Of that layoff amount of 142,000, a little bit close to 143K, in it laid off in 2026 through May. So this is from last month, and this is across 339 separate layoff events. We talked about it, about big companies like Oracle laying off 20 to 30,000 employees, excuse me, and then posted hundreds of AI engineering roles the same week, which is kind of like a little slap to the face, right? We've seen things in Meta. We talked about that. They cut 8,000 people, about 10% of their workforce, and then immediately posted for AI engineers. So that shows you where the demand is going right now, right? So that basically kind of confirms what we've been talking about for the past couple of months, is that people that are thriving right now, AI ML engineers. Like these are the people that are making it. And so if this is something that you're looking into, it may not hurt just to look into it, even though there's this federal bill that's pending, right? The post went up to about 85% year over year for this particular role. Salaries are up as well, 20 to 30% year over year. That's a lot. That's the only role right now, as they say, only role right now beating 2022 peaks. The demand outpacing the supply. So companies are really competing hard in this space. They're really, some people are like, listen, let's try to build our own thing. Let's get our own AI team together to get it done. So this is data engineers. They're up and up. Security engineers are up and up as well. We also see though that there are still some areas, back end full stack engineers, they're up 11% year over year, but still 49% below pre-pandemic baseline that they had before. And the salaries are also 15 to 25% below the 2022 peaks as well. So other things that are below: recruiting, HR, traditional like product management and operations, entry level postings, which is another thing that we could talk about too. They fell from 8.1% to 7.4%, right? So there's a lot of disruption there. And the time to hire has changed too. Right now, they said the average time to hire is 67 days. So the median time right now, that's specifically like in the Bay Area, San Francisco, 38 days to 67 days, a 76% jump in 1 year. More interview rounds, longer gaps between offer and start date, more chances to lose momentum. There's a lot of things that are going on in the job market. So if you are job hunting right now, they say AI literacy is no longer optional. Again, it's in like 42% of job descriptions. If you're employed, the companies are also hiring the same week. So really look what they're hiring for and see the job description, see what's there, and really try to get yourself in a good position. And if you're early in your career, target places like IBM, who are tripling entry level hiring, AI startups, and non-tech companies building AI for the first time. So the non-tech companies that are building AI, they're looking for AI engineers, like I said before, to build their own stuff. And if you're negotiating salary, competing offers still work, but companies take longer to move. So be patient and definitely be strategic in how you do that. And last but not least, the entry level market is tight, but not closed off completely. The path is just a little different, right? AI fluency does open doors that a CS degree alone will probably not. Computer science degree. So listen, y'all, are you currently job hunting in tech right now? And what's the biggest obstacle that you are experiencing? We want to hear from you. What's the biggest obstacle that you are experiencing? So let us know in the chat. But yeah, with that I'm gonna pause right there because I was just curious, because we normally talk about this a lot, like when it comes to the job market and things of that nature. We've been talking about in a minute, but it's really to help people kind of be aware of really what's going on, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, are you currently job hunting in tech? What's the biggest obstacle you're hitting right now?
Yeah, man. I mean, I am, and I'll tell you this: I am seeing the longer process for sure. Like, I know they said, what was that? Bay Area? Bay Area is
Yeah,
long.
sure.
No,
Yeah.
I'm seeing it. I mean, there's companies that have stretched it out, where I was just like, hey,
Are we
no
still
longer,
talking?
yeah, no, not even that side. Like, look, I don't even want to talk to y'all no more. Like, I'm gonna talk to these guys over here because y'all don't know what y'all want. Like I'm talking about, probably over the 67 days.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, for that one. But yeah, I would say for sure seeing that out in the market, is just like, okay, let's set up another interview about this with this person. All right, now let's talk to this person can you come in person? Is that something, yeah, okay, cool. Let's do this on this week of, and so it's just I would say seeing that also, again, just to reiterate, a lot of people are saying that AI is taking jobs, and when you look at the data, now I'm not saying that it's not, but when you do look at the data, it's not just necessarily eliminating the work. It's just changing what companies are willing to pay for, as far as for people like these companies that are doing layoffs and then hiring, like you mentioned, that same exact week. Now, in my mind, I'm like, you know what? They're just trying to move the money. Like uh, the one you
Yeah.
mentioned, where the one where they laid off and then immediately was hiring,
AI engineers.
AI engineers. It's like, yo, where can we find this money to pay these AI engineers and
Mm,
not mess up the business too much?
yeah.
Uh, that, that's what I would see. For sure.
That- It's a bet though. It's a
Yeah,
real
no,
bet
yeah, it is.
that people are making, man. And I mean, we kind of see it in the news with certain companies where they're like, oh man, they put all their eggs in baskets into this AI, whatever. And they're not in production, they're not really doing the thing. And they may not even be, that's not even going to be their bread and butter for what they're putting out there. I won't say their name, but there's a lot of companies that are
Hmm.
experiencing that, or I say a few companies that are experiencing that as well. So it's like, man, you're in the news for cutting your workforce, right? And then hire these AI engineers, and you don't really have nothing to prove for it after the fact. It's kind of like, oof, and then people lose trust in the company and so on and so forth. But then again, that's how the world works. You take these gambles and stuff. But but um but yeah, I think it's one of those things that I brought up. I want to bring up because I would realize, like, even in my role, working in business development and sales development, like we talked about Claude, I think last week, I think
Yeah.
offline, like it's becomes to the point where us as even sellers have to be like fluent with even just tools like Claude and other tools, because for those who don't use it, you're gonna get left behind. Like ChatGPT was one thing, help with messaging and so on and so forth. It was cool, but Claude right now, people are building whole websites for clients and all sorts of stuff. You know what I mean? And it's becoming like the norm to be so advanced, to provide these different things, that if you don't adopt it or learn the technology, you could become obsolete yourself. It really is not a game in that regard. It really is one of those things where it's like, okay, how do I figure this thing out so I can make my job better, so I can help those around me, so I can really be an asset. And this is for people that are not just looking to get hired by a company, but those that are working for one right now, because you might be in good graces with them, but things could change, right? And then you're looking for another company, and now you're in the market and you're trying to figure things out, how to navigate things. Referrals could only get you so far nowadays, man. It's even
Hmm.
referrals, to me, don't seem as strong. As strong. Don't get me wrong, but what can you do? Like, what can you prove in regards to leveraging AI tools? There's somebody that I know that got hired from our company recently um, who basically who was who knows a little bit about Claude, right, and was able to kind of like leverage that to get the job. And they're not in a technical role. However, because of that knowledge, it did give them a
Yeah.
leg up. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, so it's just one of those things to keep in your back mind. Like, yes, we're talking about AI engineers. Yes, we're talking about people that are going to be more in a technical place, like data engineers and security engineers. But everybody really needs to have a level of understanding on what tools they leverage. I remember that was an interview question for me back in the day. And that was what, almost 3 years ago, about what I used. I was able to talk about Perplexity and all different stuff. And that resonated in my interview process. And so imagine now where chat GPT things are really big. People are using it almost every day, recipes and all sorts of stuff. It's not, you can't push it off any longer. You
Hmm.
can't. You can't. And also, one more thing I would say, we know that there's regulations, like the government's trying to regulate these things. There's gonna be a period of time where there's some things that we were doing we can't do anymore. So like, and I'm thinking about Suno and people who are using music, right? Using it for music. I had this somebody else yesterday hit me up and said, "Hey, my wife wrote these lyrics to the song, but Suno did the rest, and it sounded nice. But there'll be a time and place where that might not be so easily able to be done because of these regulations. So
Yeah, they better they
um,
better they better get it all done now. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, exactly. So that's why I'm thinking about it is like, taking advantage of it now, basically is what I was trying to say.
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah. Take
that's pretty
advantage
crazy.
now before it's over, or not even may not even be over, but maybe before they clamp down and then you're one of the ones who have been grandfathered in or grandmothered in, if you're a woman, I guess, but then you'll be able to, stay in the game with whatever you did or created. Because otherwise, if you're too late to the game, then it's like, oh yeah, you can't do that anymore. Matter of fact, we're gonna fine you. So now you got fined for doing the same thing that you could have got in scot free on. So yeah, if you're thinking about that thing or whatever, do it. Get it done.
Now or never, right? Now or never. And listen, we want to definitely hear your thoughts. Are you currently job hunting in tech? What's the biggest obstacle you're hitting right now? So let us know if you have any stories that you want to share. Um, we would love to hear from you. Before we even move forward, and thank everybody who commented on this show. We got Tech Coach Ralph that commented earlier. We missed you, brother. Hope your travels are safe, and hopefully you had a good little layover in DFW and got some quick barbecue on the way. We got OTTO. Peace and blessings, family. Thank you so much for stopping by on your commute. Appreciate you as always. In video Z3 and Zen. We appreciate you for sharing about the conversation topic earlier. Definitely
Mm-hmm.
appreciate that.
Appreciate all
Uh,
y'all.
all y'all, man. Thank you so much. With that being said, we got our last segment to round out the show, which is that Brown Box Special. And this is for those people that have, we all admit it. This is for all of us who've been either got fired from a job, quit a job, or was unfortunately let go. And so this one comes straight up from Reddit, and it says, "I showed up to work not knowing I was already fired." This is crazy. The person said, "I spent the next 2 hours shutting down my station and packing my stuff, even destroyed my client list." Dang, mine was the largest in the
Oh,
bank. I don't know about that one. We can talk
bro.
about that one after the
No, we
destroyed. Jesus, what in the world? I'm like, come on, you can't slip the anyway. When I got home 3 hours later, he called me, "Boss, hey Z, where you at? I can't find you in the office." Me, you fired me. Why would I be at work? They said it's April Fool's. It was a joke. Get back here. No, you clearly said I'm fired. I'll be taking unemployment for a few months and filing a complaint with HR. My boss or ex-boss or current boss, I guess, lost lost it and just hang up on me. It's not funny, and I'm taking a vacation riding the wrong full termination train. He called me 10 times, and I think HR is calling me now. Um, oh man, that's a crazy story. Like, first of all, whose boss would do that? Let's just pause
oh
right
no,
there. Who,
that's too far.
that's to April 1st, whatever. It doesn't matter. Like, that's crazy
Like you
that you would think
playing with
that.
my emotions and my money at the same time.
Yeah, yeah. Not everybody's thinking that. I mean, the fact that you even allowed the person to take 2 hours cutting
Yeah,
down their station, doing all that, deleting their. First of all, HR might be looking at the boss like, yo, what are you doing? Like, they
yeah.
have to. And the fact that they're calling them, they know they in trouble. They know, like, get them back or we are in trouble.
Cooked. We are cooked.
That is crazy. Have any of you guys heard of something like that where they basically he's like, "Hey, April Fools, you're not fired." Like, that's nuts.
Mm-mm.
That is nuts. I don't know, man. I don't
Nah,
know.
that our April Fools never went that far. That's too far. Like,
Oh
because
man,
most of the times I don't even know the day. The days are moving so fast now. I don't know it's April 1st. Like, I know it's Monday, Wednesday, whatever. Like, I'm not looking at that until I get there and somebody says it or something. Like, if I'm
man,
fired, oh, okay, well, let me go pack my stuff up.
man, that's nuts. That is nuts, y'all. Listen, if y'all have ever experienced anything like that, let us know in the comment section. But yeah, it was nuts that happened, and it's funny because people are commenting beneath that and saying all sorts of stuff, and somebody else kind of shared a little story too. When I was 17 and got my driver license, my mom told me, I know the way you like to joke about things, but absolutely never joke coming home about how you crashed your car or anything. That's a serious thing. And I don't want to worry about you getting hurt having to pay for the car. Lies, especially related to finance and health, aren't jokes. They're just mean.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because you playing with my emotions.
Yeah.
Like the deep cut emotions.
Yeah. That is nuts. Oh,
Like,
yeah. I mean,
imagine giving somebody a heart attack because you said such and such passed away. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
yeah, playing with that type of stuff is too far. Yeah, it's too far.
Another comment said, my wife's boss tried that joke last year in a whole room full of people. Some of them started crying. It was horrible.
See what I'm
Uh,
saying?
yeah, it is
Like, you
nuts.
can't recover from that, bro.
Yeah, you're like,
Some people still hate that boss right now to this
yeah.
day.
They don't, and you lose trust. People can't trust you anymore. They're like, wait a second, I don't
That's
even
what
know
I'm
if you're real
saying.
or not. You saying all this stuff right now. Ah, I don't know. Like, yeah. If this How would you react in this situation though? Let me ask you, if you were in a situation where you literally took that time to clean out everything, they said it was April Fool's, come on back, what would your response be?
I don't know, bro. Like I probably would be trying to see what I could do too, like, because that's too much. Especially if you let me pack up. It's one thing if I, hey, you know what? They let me get like a few things in a box.
Yeah.
I don't even know, bro, because yeah. It's one thing if they did that, but if you let me 2 hours, I mean,
Yeah.
I wrapped up. First of all, 2 hours is crazy work. Like,
Yeah.
my desk was never after a certain while, like, and I realized that, oh, you have the potential of being let go at any moment. I watched too many people get laid off.
Yeah.
My desk, like, I almost had almost nothing, right? I had
Yeah.
a few books, so my stuff, it was already prepared just in case to move, not
Yeah.
necessarily get fired, but we did move around a lot as well, our desk. So, but
Mm.
yeah, 2 hours is crazy work. If I had to wait 2 hours and then you try and tell, it's like, nah, we got some rectified needs to happen because that ain't it. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, I think for me I would probably, it's the same thing. First of all, a couple of things. I would have probably, after 2 hours, I'm home already. You fired me. I probably would have seen legal like representation at that
Hmm.
point. Like, okay, they messed up, and joke whatever, they messed up because they called me so many times. So legal representation, that's one thing I'm thinking of my back. And then I'll be like, man, I don't think I want to come back because you're very inconsiderate.
Mm-mm.
You just assume that I would know it's April Fools first and foremost. You would not even in no way, shape, or form did you even pass by to check up on me to make sure, like, hey, yeah, you pack it. I was just joking. Like the fact that you just assumed that I would know it's April 1st. I'm like, what other things you could assume
Yeah.
about my job or whatever the situation is? I don't think I could trust you as a leader. So I need not do this. And I probably would think more about my family in this situation where, like, I can't put my family through that again. This is the situation's a little funky. you know,
I'm
um,
outie.
because let's say you do that again, I'd be like, oh, you're just joking with me, Sam. This one's real. I'm like,
Like, no.
you're joking, right? Like it's just too much. It's just too much. Where it just shows a lack of self control as well, like, and
Yeah.
bad decision making. Like, Yeah, a lot of things right there, man. But we wanted to say thank you again for rocking with us on this episode. I appreciate you. We appreciate you as well for just everything that you guys do. Again, shouting out to our 3 people that commented. Tech Coach Ralph earlier today. He was traveling. OTTO, thank you so much. And last but not least, Video Dash Zen. Appreciate y'all for rocking on this episode of Talk That Tech. The
#1 tech morning show in the world. We'll see y'all next week, baby.
Peace and elbow grease.